Hello everyone, welcome to another Clinchfeild another Clinchfeild article. So this is another Clinchfeild article. As you can see on the top there, we already got some in-game screenshots. So yeah, finally. I mean, it's about time. We've had two articles with no screenshots till now, and I'm gonna just say this right now. Oh my God, this shoot is already looking amazing. Anyways, the article is called Mountain Warriors by Gary Dolzat. I don't know how to say his last name, but anyways, the upcoming Clinchfeild to Clinchfeild Railroad route will feature two generations of diesel mountain warriors, the classic EMD F7 and the powerful EMD SD40. The legendary and rugged Clinchfeild Railroad is coming soon to Clinchfeild 2. Excuse me. And as an engineer on the upcoming route, you will climb aboard and take the throttle of two of I don't even know how to say that. Magnificently recreated diesels, the classic EMD F7 and the powerful EMD SD7 and the powerful EMD SD40. Together, these two types of diesel mountain warriors powered the railroad from the time Clinchfeild traded its steam for diesels until the CRR was merged into Seaboard system in 1983. Let's take a look. The iconic EMD F units. The EMD F unit, it was, to quote longtime Trains magazine editor David P. Morgan, the diesel that did it. Which is to say the diesel that, more than any other, empowered American railroads. Transition from steam to diesel propulsion, the iconic F was introduced in the form of the FT in 1939. And through models F2, F3, F7, F9, FP7, FP9, FL9 remain in production until 1960, with a total of more than 7.5K units constructed, which is actually a lot, to be honest, just for like a series of F locomotives and that many years. Like, that's a lot. Anyways, in the coal-laden Mount Appalachians, where the economy and many livelihoods depended upon coal mining, the oil-burning diesel as an alternative to coal-burning steam locomotives was neither immediately nor entirely embraced. Many of America's great coal-hauling railroads, such as C&O or Chesapeake in Ohio, and in particular N&W or Norfolk and Western, followed a credo of burn what you haul, and were thus careful about climbing on the steam bandwagon, on the diesel bandwagon, I mean. The coal-hauling Clinchfeild remained true to steam power into the late 40s. The last additions to CRR's fascinating steam roster being Class E3 Challengers that were carbon copies of the UP Challengers, or the UP 4664s, Behemoths, such as famed UP 3985. But the iconic and operational benefits of dieselization were too great to ignore, and in 1948 the Clinchfeild began to dieselize with urgency. And just as it was for much of American railroading, the diesel that did it on the Clinchfeild was the EMD F unit. It was in December 1948 that EMD's LaGrange, Illinois plant began turning out F units bound for the Clinchfeild, which were just dressed in a striking new yellow and gray livery. CRR's first 10 F units, 6A cab units, and 4B boosters were built in 1948 to 1949 and were formally designated F3s and unofficially called F5s. In short, the F5 was an F3 with the generator of the soon-to-be debunked F7. All of the CRR's F5s were soon upgraded to F7s. Through 1950 to 1952, dieselization on the Clinchfeild Railroad was in full swing as the railroad welcomed 25 more F7s, 15 cabs, and 10 boosters, or 15 A units and 10 B units. One FP7, 6 EMD SW7 switchers, and 18 EMD GP7s. In 1953, Clinchfeild dropped the coal fires of its last steam locomotives in regular service, this is actually kind of sad. With the EMD SW7s and the Jeeps tending to switching in local work, the CRR's F7s were the lords of the main line, hauling heavy coal tonnage and hustling manifest freight such as the famed Florida Perishable, or the Florida Juice Train, Orange Juice Train. Well, I don't know what to call it. Let's call it Tropicana, which is an orange juice company in the U.S. In 1955, CRR added another 5 new F7Bs to beef up the horsepower of its diesel lash-ups. And into the early 1960s, acquired a handful more of F units, secondhand from one of its parents, the L&N, or the Louisville and National, or the Louisville and Nashville. With the beautiful chance of their normally aspirated 1.5K horsepower, EMD 567 series V16s power plants echoing through the Appalachians, the Clinchfeild F7s were like all F units. The Clinchfeild F7s, which like all F units were nicknamed covered wagons, were a pure joy to experience, and the opportunity to witness the F units in the Appalachians proved a long one. While retirement of some of the CRR F units began in 1969, a number of the iconic and stylish diesels remained in service until and even after CRR's 1983 merger into Seaboard System. One Clinchfeild F unit, CRR 800, is extant and beautifully restored and operational conditions for yet another generation of rail fans to enjoy. So basically what they're saying is CRR F7 800 has been restored and is operating on some like excursion trains. I know CSX owns it now, so because in 1987 or 1990, I don't know, Seaboard System merged into CSX, and then CSX restored CRR 800, I believe. So yeah, it is in yellow and gray livery. Anyways, on to the next section, the potent EMD SD40. By the mid-60s, with the CRR F units aging in tonnage at robust levels, the time had come for Clinchfeild to embrace dieseldom's second generation. The time was ideal because EMD was about to roll out its new 645 series power plant and 40 line for diesels, which included the 3,004 axle GP40 and 6-axle SD40. Not surprisingly, given its rugged route and heavy tonnage. Excuse me. Clinchfeild placed its bets on the new and potent 6-motor C/C SD40, and Clinchfeild initially purchased 8 units, all again dressed in yellow and gray colors. In 1966, EMD's 40-line diesels were to prove extraordinarily successful, and the husky, hard hauling, and reliable SD40 was near perfect for the Clinchfeild. The CRR ordered 6 more SD40s in 1969 and 10 more of the 3,000 horsepower EMD diesels in 1971. And like the gallant F7 before it, the SD40 became the primary mainline workhorse of the Clinchfeild. The Clinchfield's SD40s of 1969 were again delivered in CRR's handsome gray and yellow scheme. Then in 1970, the railroad adapted a new and simpler black and yellow scheme. While not as captivating as its predecessor, the CRR's new livery, highlighted by yellow and black number boards, was nonetheless entirely appealing. Clinchfeild locomotives in both liveries were common right through the road's merger into Seaboard system. As for the CRR SD40s, all except a pair retired due to a wreck damage journeyed onto the Seaboard system and CSX eras. I don't know if you heard the background there, but I don't. Anyways, the Clinchfeild electromotive EMD F7 in-cabin booster configurations in EMD SD40 created for the upcoming TSW2 route are beautiful and extraordinarily accurate in operational procedures, characteristics, liveries, and visual details. Together, the Trans-World 2 F7 and SD40 will indeed deliver the full and compelling experience of climbing aboard two generations of the Clinchfeild Railroad's Diesel Mountain Warriors, Gary Dolezal. So we got the SD40 there and the F7 on the so we got the F7 on the left and the SD40 on the right. Now the SD40 looks fabulous, but we already have that, so I mean, it's nice that we got the lights on the top now, but I like the F7 a lot more than the SD40, to be honest. Anyways, the legendary and rugged Clinchfeild Railroad is coming soon to Trans-World 2, and as an engineer on the upcoming route, you'll climb aboard and take the throttle of 2 generations of magnificently recreated diesels. The classic EMD F7 on the left and the powerful EMD SD40 on the right. Screenshots by Gary Dolezal. So the captions below the pictures are going to be for the pictures above, like this one. Anyways, the diesel that did it. More than any other locomotive, EMD's iconic F unit empowered American railroads transition from from steam to diesel propulsion. What? Hang on. Clinchfeild began to dieselize in the earliest in 1948 with the arrival of its first 10 F units, 6 calves, and 4 diesel boosters. Note screenshots Screenshots depict what? I don't know how to say that. Screenshots. I can't really remember how to say it. Well, anyways, screenshots depict despite. Yeah, I think screenshots despite content while in development. So this is still in development. These screenshots. So they might look different, I don't know, but I do think that the F7s are only going to have gray and yellow, and I think the SD40s are only going to have black and yellow, but they might surprise us and give us both liveries on both units. Anyways, the diesel, no, I already read that. Now here's the cab of the F7. As an engineer on the upcoming Trains World 2 Clinchfeild Railroad route, you'll climb aboard a magnificently recreated F7A cab and handle a variety of authentic operation controls. So yeah, that actually looks not bad. That looks really nice. Anyways, here's another picture of the F7. I'm supposing those are B units in the middle. Anyways, I don't know, is that a new car in the game? They might be updating the car models on it because it's like 1970s. Anyways, Clinchfield's EMD F7 served long and served well, with careers that spanned the transition from steam power to the railroad's merger into seaboard system in 1983 on the upcoming Trains World 2 route. On the upcoming Trains World 2 Clinchfeild route. CRR F7A 817 and can grind past the iconic Dante Union Baptist Church above, and CRR 816 and the sisters are handling coal loading on the Nora Spur at Blue Diamond Pine below. Okay, so here's what they're talking about. So they were doing a caption for both. Alright, so after both, they're talking about the bottom one. So, I've seen 2 mines so far. We might be getting multiple mines on this route. I mean, we have like 2 mines on sand patch grade. So, yeah. Oh, okay. So this one looks really nice. We got CRRF 7809, and B unit, and then an SD40, and then another A or B unit behind it. This route's looking pretty nice. I wonder if we're getting longer trains. Anyways, mainline action. On the scenic mainline of the upcoming Trains World 2 Clinchfeild Railroad route, Clinchfeild F7 809 is on the point of a southbound train above. Clinchfeild, the yellow and gray covered wagons are pulling on a memorable show as trains meet at CRR's northern terminus of Elkhorn City, Kentucky, below. So here's the one below, here's the one above. And here's another image of the SD40 with the switch right next to it. You know, the SD40 looks a lot like an SD45 to me for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, by the mid-1960s, with the CRR's F7s aging and tonnage at robust levels, the time had come for Clinchfeild to embrace a new generation of power. EMD's SD40, which mustered 3,000 horsepower, double that of an F7, was the railroad's choice, and a good one. Here's another SD40. I think this is the first SD40 they bought. And as you can see, we got Clinchfeild coal cars in the background, to the left, on the left side of the image. And I think this is one of the sheds or terminate. I don't know. I wonder what the root tasks will be. I mean, I wonder how many we'll have. Yeah, this is the first SD40, as you can see. Clinchfeild's first SD40, number 3000 above, arrived in 1966 and by 1971 the railroad's roster of the six-axle EMD had grown to 25 units. Like the F7 before it, the SD40 became the workhorse of the Clinchfeild, just as with the upcoming Trans World 2 F7. The Clinchfeild SD40 will feature a finely modeled cab with full interaction and realistic controls below. Here's the SD40 cab. Looks a lot similar to the CSX SD40. I mean, there's, some of it looks similar. It's like half and half. Like half's new, half's different. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyways, okay. So we don't have only coal on the shoot. That's cool. Anyways, a trio of Clinchfeild EMD SD40s lend their collective 9,000 horsepower to dragging a CR manifest freight southward over the railroad's classic pull point trestle near Elkhorn City on the upcoming Trans World 2 Clinchfeild Railroad route. Now these screenshots, I don't know why they're loading. Anyways, Clinchfeild SD40s are just beginning their pull from Dante Yard with a heavy coal train above. No doubt that the residents of their homes right along the tracks will be left with little doubt about the potential of the big EMDs on the upcoming Trans World 2 route. 5 SD40s have been enlisted to handle coal on the road's steep and rugged Fremont branch below. So apparently there's 5 SD40s on the train, I'm guessing. Anyways, coming soon with the Trans World 2 Clinchfeild Railroad route, the EMD F7 and the SD40 will deliver the full and compelling experience of the climbing aboard 2 generations of Clinchfeild Railroad's diesel mountain warriors. Screenshots and image displayed in here made despite content that is still in development. The licensed brands may not have been approved by the respective owners, and some artwork may still be pending approval. Screenshots taken on Windows PC. Anyways, that's about it. I'll let you have one more look at the screenshots before we go. I hope you enjoyed this video on the Clinchfeild Railroad article. Tomorrow I'll be live with the new DLC, Diesel Legends of the Great Western. So yeah, remember 12 to 3, I don't know when, it's sometime between 12 and 3 p.m. EST time tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.